Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Are you able to hear me? Okay. So let's begin. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Vicharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyati Deshakarane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, on the occasion of the science and spirituality, we have planned to organize a wonderful drama under the guidance of His Grace Sri Chaitanya Chandra Prabhu, and by the very meticulous and meritorious direction of Achyuta, and of course the acting and the various coordination by all of you guys. We are planning to conduct a uh, theater, uh, and the theme of this entire drama is to portray the wonderful benefits of science and spirituality, and to say that spirituality is not connected to science, or spirituality is something which is different from science, is not a fact, and therefore we are trying to bridge the gap between the two. So the entire focus of the drama will be to convince people that if you only go towards the path of science, you will feel actually left out, you will feel actually incomplete, and you will feel that I have to reach out to some place where I can find myself to be a complete person. And that completion we are going to show through the means of spirituality in our drama itself. So the whole event, the whole drama starts off where we have two friends, and the characters are also named in a very special fashion. That the main protagonist, his name is Mantra Salaskar, and the main antagonist, his name is Yantra Gupta. So Yantra and Mantra. So Yantra is the one who is addicted to technology, and Mantra is the person who is a more devoted man. So now both of them, the scene starts off where actually there's a long history which is told by the narrator, and both of them are close friends from childhood. They have grown with each other, and they have seen a lot of ups and downs in their life with each other. So they are like chatti dost. So now they're grown up, and they're about to depart from their from each other's company. So this is a farewell party. So the place where the drama starts is the farewell party. Will not show their past. It's very clear that they are both very close to each other. So now at the farewell party, the discussion happens between Yantra and Mantra. That Yantra says, "Good luck. Have a good life. We should use all our knowledge in science, whatever we have learned, for the betterment of the world." And Mantra says, "Yes, science is important, but I want to look more into myself and learn about spirituality also." So then they have a little sort of a very informal argument about spirituality, and then eventually, they subside and they walk off. They go to the uh, the final, whatever their vocational uh, goals were. So now we start off more deeply with we can show maybe slightly about Mantra's life. Mantra's life is that he gets into our programs, our ISKCON programs, and he starts chanting and he starts practicing devotional service. All that can be taken through a very fast forward pace, because we know generally this is the routine. Once a devotee comes, he starts all our devotional practices and he becomes very happy. His life becomes more sublime, and all such thing we will not. Take a very long time to describe this. It's very clear. So we'll make it a very crisp and a very focused uh, brush through. So now we move on to the life of Yantra. Actually, Yantra, even though he's an antagonist, his role is premier in this entire drama. His role is not like just another so-called a kind of a uh, villain like that. So he's actually the focus. You know. Uh, so now what happens is this person, our Yantra, he goes on to become a very big uh, algorithm scientist. He develops algorithms. He makes new programs and new software. So he's now at a very high level in his technical position, and becomes slightly puffed up, and he goes through some addiction towards the gadgets. So he's very prone to uh, the apps like like the Facebook and WhatsApp, and he gets some contacts through Tinder, and he has a bad relationship with some woman, and due to what no due to all this addiction uh, towards the various gadgets, he becomes insomniac. That means he actually starts losing sleep. So then it so happens that due to this particular bad habit, he loses some technical contracts also. He loses an opportunity to get into an interview, and a lot of things go wrong with him. So then after that, he's also worried what to do, and things go on like that. So one day, it so happens that he and his friend Sarathi, so Yantra and his friend Sarathi are both going in Yantra's car to one seminar, which is very, very important for Yantra, because in this seminar he will prove that his algorithm is much better and can be used for a particular project. And there are some competitors also, and actually there is one main competitor who has written not a very good algorithm, but he also is there. So, but he has some hope that okay, my algorithm will also go through if I can present it nicely. But he knows that in front of Yantra is nothing. Okay, so this has to be clear. So this is like a little more dramatic kind of a thing. So now what happens? Yantra is going in the car, and seminar is going to happen in a slightly new place, which both Sarathi and Yantra don't know. So what they do, they use our regular Google Maps and some GPS system, and uh, Yantra sets the location, and Sarthi is holding the mobile, and he's guiding him. Okay, you can go like this, take left, right, like this. So they go on. After certain distance, he finds out that they are not actually in the right paths. Although the GPS is showing in a certain route and they are going according to the GPS, is not in the right paths. So at that point, Sarthi gets scared and he asks Yantra, should we inquire from somebody? Maybe we are not in the right road. This road is going nowhere. It's going inside some village. So I think we should ask somebody. So he says, no, 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 no. This GPS software, this algorithm was developed by me. This GPS orientation algorithm was developed by me. I spent almost 10 years researching on it. So And Sarthi says, okay, okay, maybe you're right. So then they go further and they stop at a signal. So the signal, generally all beggars come. They say, Anna, give me something. So one beggar comes and he asks, give me something. So he gives 1 rupee or 2 rupees. Sarthi gives, and Sarthi asks this beggar that, sir, which is the way to Sativali? So then the beggar says, hey, no, 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 you are going in the wrong way. It is totally in some other route. Please go 20 kilometers back and then take a right turn here. And then, so he says that you are totally in the wrong direction. So the signal is cleared. So they keep moving. And Yantra is completely dispassionate. He's not at all interested. So Sarthi says, see, this beggar has told us that we are not in. So uh, Yantra is become very enraged. I put my blood in this GPS software. It can never go wrong. It is invincible. So it will show the exact location. It cannot cheat us. Listen, you listen to my software or you listen to that beggar. So Sarthi keeps quiet. Then after a lot of distance, they find that actually the GPS system was wrong. There was some error, and by the time they realize that they are in a very distant place, and by the time they could actually go back and join the seminar would have already got over. So actually, even in the seminar, the person, his competitor, he gave a very good explanation. Actually, was able to pull off a very blatant victory against the against nobody, because no competitors were there. Yantra was not there to present his algorithm. So actually, the whole contract was lost to his competitors, and Yantra lost the biggest project of his life. He felt very dejected because he said, what to do now? I worked all my life for this, for getting this project. I know my algorithm is best. I cannot convince the people now. The investors have lost faith. And like this, he was so dejected, he was about to commit suicide. So suddenly, when he is about to commit suicide, he gets a call, and that call is from Mantra. So then Mantra, he calls him and he asks, "How are you? How is life? Are you okay? Are you doing good?" So he said, "No, I'm not doing good. Uh, but I'm very happy you called. We were actually childhood friends. But I tried to call you many times. Maybe you have changed your number." So Mantra says, "No, no, no. There was some issue, and I lost all my contacts. I didn't have anybody's." Number, and somehow today, I don't know, some of your our old friend, he gave your number, and I was so happy to call you to speak to you. So then actually Yantra breaks down and he starts crying. He says, see, Mantra, I have done so many things, but because of a small silly mistake, my puffed up nature, I lost the contract, and I don't want to live anymore. So then yeah, Mantra says, no, hold on, no, don't do anything silly. So then Mantra comes over. He says that I have a plan to visit Bombay next month. So he comes over and then he talks about ISKCON, and then there's a discussion. So Yantra says that although we have developed so much in technology, we have learned everything about matter, but we have what is matter, it is actually a dead object, but we have not studied even a single bit about life. Life is more important than matter. So I feel real science is actually about life. So Mantra says you're right. So actually life is that which animates, which mobilizes, which actually gives uh, complete animation to matter. Otherwise matter is simply a dead object. So like this, Mantra is able to slowly revitalize the spirit inside Yantra, and Yantra becomes a very good devotee. And they both visit ISKCON, and then one day uh, Yantra is slightly trying to again, leave off all the technology. He wants to become a monk and all that. So then Yantra is discouraged by Mantra, saying that no, technology is not all that bad. Then he shows how technology can be used, how we use WhatsApp and Facebook and the digital technology like a mobile or an MP3 player or whatnot. Now we use it for Krishna's service, and how the Hallmark program like the Akshay Patra is able to develop wonderful kitchens and cooking models so that we can distribute food en masse to a wide section of the society without jeopardizing the quality of food and without actually bringing down the quality of education that is meted out to the unprivileged children. So this kind of uh, a very um, positive outlook about technology is given by Mantra, and Yantra feels very nice about it. And this actually brings a curtain to the main program. And now we go to another one, you can say like a twist in the end. So there's like an epilogue. Actually, in this entire section, the whole drama is over, but now we are going one level further. So now what happens? Now is a new twist. It's little interesting. So Yantra is now he has a little bit promoted. So there is a narrator's work also. The narrator will tell. So Yantra becomes very little sober, and he starts his own lab. He has a startup. He starts his own lab, and he becomes the owner of a big research lab, computer research lab. And then one day he's developing a very big software, a very big algorithm, and he gets stuck at one point. So generally algorithms are not a very simple thing to solve. So when he sees that this the solution to that particular issue is so complex that nobody in the world can probably save it. Nobody in the world can probably change or give a solution to this algorithm, this issue in the algorithm. So he starts sinking down. He thinks, oh, now nothing can happen. So let me leave it. But then he thinks, let me throw this question to our team and let's see what they can do. Maybe we don't know. Something can happen. I can get some clue, but they will not be able to solve it. They are too small. So then he goes to his team, and we should show one team of some 5, 6 people, and they're all his juniors. They are like working for him. So so he suggests to them that uh, I don't. I'll give you one offer. I have this particular problem in this algorithm I was developing. If you can solve it, I'm sure you cannot solve it, but if you can, by any chance, I'll give you 40% of my company shares without any conditions. I'll give it to you. So they say, okay, sir, we'll try. If you cannot solve, then we can definitely not solve. They all agree that it's difficult, but they still want to try. So Yantra goes back, goes to his house. In the evening, he's having his not coffee, you can say, he's having some milk, and he gets a call. And then he lifts, and yeah, who is that? Uh, this is Akshay, sir. Akshay, yeah, tell me, what do you? So Akshay says, sir, I could crack your algorithm. So what? How? How? Sir, sir, can I tell you tomorrow, sir, when we meet in the office? No, 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 no. I want right now, right now. I want to know it right now. I'm very, I wanted this solution all my life. Please come over immediately. Take a vehicle, take a cab, somehow come over to my house. So, like that, the boy, his name is Akshay. Akshay, you know why? Because there's a reason for it, I'll tell you. His name is Akshay. So, now Akshay comes. So then Akshay is very bubbling, and he shows his papers. He's made some work, and as soon as he sees those papers, and he's like, wow, you have solved the entire problem. How could you? What brain you have? Which university you studied? Are you from IIT or from? No, sir, I am from a simple college, but I have got always a knack for solving very complex problems. It's all God's gift, like that. He says, okay, I will sign my company shares for you. Take it. You want whatever you want to take. So then, no, sir, I don't want all that. I'm not greedy. Give me some 20% increment in my salary. That is enough. That much he is happy. So then, okay. So he's going back. While going back, he sees, because see, by now this yantra has become a devotee. Okay, so by going back, he sees the picture of Srila Prabhupada. So he sees the picture of Srila Prabhupada on the wall of uh, our yantra's house. So then when he sees that, he's wondering, oh my God, who is this? And then he asks, sir, who is this person? I always wanted to meet him. So then Yantra says, yeah, you want to know more about him? So then he describes about Prabhupada, how he started his con, how at the age of 70 he traveled and all that, everything he describes about Prabhupada. And then he says in 1977, eventually, after establishing so many temples and 11 years of hard work in building Krishna's sanctum sanctorums across the globe, he left the world. So when Yantra says that Prabhupada left the world in 77, this mantra breaks down, starts crying. Says Akshay breaks down, and Akshay is crying. He says, "Sir, he has left the world. I always wanted to meet him. I am so appalled that this savior of my life, he has left the world." Then Yantra is not able to understand what is happening. He asks, "How? You by the time he left, you would not have been born also. How are you benefited from him?" He says, "No, sir, I will tell you." So then he tells about his past. So Akshay says that, "Sir, I am actually a son of a. Uh, Sorry, when I was very young in my childhood itself, I lost my parents very early, and I was brought up under the care of a very ungraceful guardian. And this guardian, he was not helping me in my education, and I was actually working in a tea shop, and I was supposed to study. So uh, he brought me up in a very discourteous manner. But one day, in our near government school, the Akshay Patra scheme was announced. So that's how his name is Akshay, because he was benefited from Akshay Patra. So, so this Akshay Patra scheme was announced, and we were, I somehow convinced my uncle that please send me to the school. They'll give food also. You don't have to pay for the food, because they are going to feed me. So you can save one time, like that. Somehow, with a very ill excuse, I somehow convinced him. Then, and only with his help, actually, I was able to come to this. So when this blue van, it used to park in our school, I used to always look at this person, and wanted to find out who he is, and what is his where is he, where can I meet him. So all along I was searching, sir. I could not meet, and I forgot his name after I passed out from school. So today you are telling me that he's not there, he's not in this world anymore. Sir, I'm totally disheartened. But sir, I'll tell you one thing. Uh, if it was not for Swami Prabhupada, I would not have studied, and I would not have joined your company, and I would not have given you this algorithm. So all glories to Srila Prabhupada, because he has helped us actually get educated, even though we were working, we were actually child laborers, we were not so privileged. He has helped us in and out. So then uh, this Akshay says, "Sir, I don't want anything. I don't want any raise. Give me this photo, sir. Give me this photo." So you have a big photo of Prabhupada. So give me this photo, and this is enough, sir. I will take it with my life. I'll keep it with my heart always. So this is enough, sir. I will take it. And then he goes without asking anything for the big solution that he gave to Yantra. So like this, we should show that Srila Prabhupada, although he has not directly contributed to, let's say, technology or anything, but he's started the Akshay Patra, through which children are able to study, and they are able to become technocrats. You see, we don't know actually so many children who are big billionaires, or who are very big gizmo minded kids. They would have been deprived of education, and therefore they cannot show their talent to the world. But because Srila Prabhupada is able to educate them, at the same time give them nutritious food, they're able to come up in life, and show to the world that they are also able to change, revolutionize the world in different ways. So this is the unique and hallmark contribution of Srila Prabhupada, which is what we want to highlight, and how technology is uh, is a is an inclusive uh, factor. Spirituality is rather an inclusive factor which includes technology and its subsidiary components. So, this is my uh, suggestion for the skit, the drama, and I would like to know if you have any questions, anything you'd like to ask, or you want to clarify. You can share in the chat window. The chat window is open, so you can type and you can share your views over there. Okay, so there are no queries. Shall I end the stream? Thank you. So we will have to finalize the characters. Um, yeah, we are performing this drama as per Chaitanya Chandra Prabhu on the 18th of November. Um, 18th is a Sunday, and it's 1 week after the intended date. We were planning to actually, no, it will not go beyond 20 minutes. Yeah, story is seems like a little longer. We will trim some certain portions. Actually, I spoke for a very long time. I spoke for almost 25 minutes. Yeah, it's on 27 minutes now. So it will actually become shorter. We will trim many parts. So we are aware of this. Um, that will be taken care. So I guess Navneet has to work on the audio recording as well as the other, the sound, background music, and some graphic work that has to be done. And the remaining people should be in the cast. And I request Chaitanya Chandra Prabhu to suggest uh, uh, how or rather who can play which role, so that we all can fix the roles. Yeah, we need to show some videos. Yes, some videos we have to show. And I would say that there should be the role of a narrator. The narrator will act like a bridge between two scenes. So the two benefits of a narrator, that a narrator can shorten the drama length, because he can make a lot of things, like he can tell about a 20-year story in just a few lines. That is the role of a narrator. And he will also add like a filler between two scenes, because we need some prop changes, some basic changes. So that will be steered by the narrator. So the narrator will help in this. So this is very important. So we should add one role of a narrator. I request all of you to go through the script that Achyuta has written. He has written it very nicely. So I would like all of you to give your views on it. And of course, we may not act according to what you say, but we will definitely take some positive inputs, and we will try to enhance the script as much as possible. And of course, Achyuta is coming back on Saturday. So the entire weekend, we request you, of course, those who are not there in the kirtan, the band performance, to take part in the drama practice and so forth. So yeah, as Jayant has asked, I request Chaitanya Chandra Prabhu to immediately suggest who can play which role. And if we can all meet, and uh, we can see each other, and we can fix the roles. That will be very nice. That you can be prepared for your own roles. That will be very good. Uh, yeah. Anything else? Yadu can play narrator. Okay. So I guess Yadu has should have a very bold and very fluent voice. Are you game for it, Yadu? Okay. Okay. So, anything else you would like to you would like to inquire? Aman can play yantra, not yatra. Yantra. Okay. One can play yantra. Okay. Aman, are you okay with the role? This is the main role. This is going to be having the bulk of the entire exposure, and you have to play a very very solid role. It will be little negative, but after some time, you'll become little positive. So Anup can play mantra. Anup, you are okay? Okay, I guess it's Anup's. Uh, so Jayant is suggesting that Anup can play mantra. So yeah. So I guess that discussion you can do perhaps even in our WhatsApp group. So anything about the play you would like to know? Um, anything else you would like to discuss? Otherwise, by sharp 10:30, I would like to close this stream. Yeah, 4 more minutes. Aman Prabhu isn't there on call today. Okay, okay. Mm. According to my calculation, we need at least uh, put together 50 hours of practice, if not less, rather, if not more, because this is a very, very hectic work. Uh, and we need a lot of practice. I request all of you to be available after your work. And I can remember how Vainatya Prabhu, when he was practicing for the Narsimha Jayanti drama, the Invincible Pillar or something like that. So, uh, the Lord in the Pillar, I think. So that drama, I remember him. He had worked throughout the night uh, from I think because all are working, all of you are working, and even his team, everybody is working. And Sharat Chandra, even though he's married, he stayed in the temple, and all the entire team they stayed in the temple, and they were working throughout the night out, full night out, at least 1 week fully minimum. I've seen them doing night out. So I think we can avoid that situation if we can start working. We have very few days. Today is 31st of October. Tomorrow is November, and we have uh, very few number of days left. Yeah, Chaitanya Guru. I think the name of the drama. What can we keep? Uh, my suggestion is uh, okay. You can suggest some names, and we will name the drama accordingly. I will also suggest some names. We can do it on the group, and we can have a name. Okay. So if nobody has any more questions, we will wind up for today. Thank you for joining in, and we shall all meet probably on this Sunday. I have a session on Sunday, but I will try to meet you before the session. Uh, uh, Even otherwise, Achyuta is there. He will take care of everything. Okay. So we'll end here. Thank you, Harish.